at a toe. A toe, baby.
All right, welcome to what seems to be our first match prediction in a long time.
I think maybe since the Royal Rumble was the last one.
Yeah,
Or Elimination Chamber.
Elimination Chamber, and it's just crazy because it just seems like it's been a good while, and we were doing a lot of these like weekly NXT or AEW, and they haven't really had any the last few weeks. But we are back because tonight in Orlando, it is Sunday morning as of this recording, and tonight in Orlando is Revolution 2022. Tons of matches.
A lot.
Like the most ever, it seems like.
I've never seen 3 matches on a countdown show or buy-in ever.
Yeah.
But tonight there's 3 matches.
They just had so much to put in. We're gonna do like a rapid speed of the buy-in, and then we get to our main card, which is 9 matches. We'll start out buy-in tonight, and I'm gonna let Brady only pick this one. Each one of us are gonna do one. Hook taking on QT Marshall.
Hook.
Yeah.
I think it's pretty easy.
It's easiest pick of the night.
Yeah.
Moving on to, I'll take Layla Hirsch taking on Chris Statland in a singles girls match. We don't do a lot of the girls matches. I'm going to go Hirsch here. She seems to be, I don't know. I think this could go either way but I'm going to go Hirsch. Then, rapid speed, like we said. The last one, House of Black, Malachi Black, Brody King, and Buddy Murphy taking on the Death Triangle of Pac, Penta, and a special guest of Eric Redbeard. I don't know if he's officially part of the group because Phoenix is hurt.
Yeah.
Rapid fire.
So I'm going to say House of Black.
Okay, I agree. I agree on all three fronts. Now to the main card. We got a girls match. Jade Cargill, the TBS champion, taking on Tay Conti. Like we said, don't always pick the girls matches. We will tonight, though. Is there a chance at all that Cargill loses?
No.
Everybody raves on her and brags on her and how she's really adapted to wrestling quick. Cargill wins. We all agree.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
All right, we're going to move on to another match. A trios match, as AEW likes to call it. AHFO, which is one of the dumbest things in AEW. They don't have a lot of dumb stuff.
That's one of them, though.
But I think they're just literally transitioning from Hardy to Andrade, the group. So Hardy and Matt and Jeff can be back together. We'll get to that.
They need a better name. Even if it's just Andrade Family Office, that's still a dumb name.
It is. It's like a dentist's office. You got Andrade, Matt Hardy, and Isaiah Cassidy taking on Darby, Sammy, and Sting tonight. Ethan, you go first, picking this one.
Well, this is also a Tornado Trios match, which I guess means no disqualification.
Oh, yeah. I'm glad you said that.
So, for this matchup, I think it's pretty easy who's going to win. Well, maybe not, but I'll say Sammy Guevara, Sting, and Darby Allin. Sting is... Their team's not going to lose. Sting's not going to lose.
Sting and Darby Allin have never lost.
They never lost to that.
No.
Match. I can't see them losing. Now it could happen. And Jeff Hardy could debut tonight in the match.
Glad you said that.
Making interference. Maybe he'll.
He's right here.
Maybe he'll climb the top of a ladder and jump on top of somebody. Maybe we'll see Sting jump off a ladder. I doubt it.
At 63?
If we do, he might break a few bones if he does that. He might be in the hospital.
So, Brady, do you agree with this? Is it going to be Darby, Sammy, and Sting?
Yeah.
I agree as well. I think it's going to happen because I think Hardy and Andrade split tonight. I think there's going to be something that happens, causes them to lose, and which is going to signal Hardy showing up this Wednesday night. And then you're going to see like a Hardy Boys reunion. They're going to feud with some tag teams. I'd say they're going to be good guys. I don't know. They could be heel. I don't know. But I think that's what's going to happen. And I also think, like you said, Sting, Darby Allin, and Guevara are just, to me, a little better, especially on the scale of things right now, than Andrade, Hardy, and Isaiah Cassidy, of course.
They're not going to win it. Sting, Darby Allin, Sting, Guevara have to win.
And why choose Isaiah Cassidy, a tag team wrestler?
Well, they had to have a third man. I think this match was kind of thrown together because I think the House of Black taking on the Death Triangle would have been on the main card if the Death Triangle would have been all together with Phoenix.
But I can see that they wanted to get a match at Revolution for Sammy Guevara and for Sting and for Darby Allin.
Well, I could have seen the one that was taking place on Friday night, that triple threat. I could have seen that on the main card for the title, which I was surprised Guevara retained. But anyway, we'll go on to the next match, the tag team match. It's a three-way tag team match for AEW Tag Team Championships. We got the champions right here in the front. You got Jungle Boy, and Luchasaurus. I don't know if they're called Jurassic Express anymore. Sometimes they do, sometimes they don't. Taking on Red Dragon. And also taking on the Young Bucks for the titles. We're going to let Brady start in this. Gonna have new champs or titles? The champs retain.
Champs retained.
You agree?
I agree. Jurassic Express, they haven't had their titles as long.
Yeah.
Since the beginning.
Have they ever had only two defenses? Yeah.
They've had a few defenses. I agree with you boys on this. I think the champs retain as well. I think Red Dragon and Young Bucks are probably going to have a good feud. Mm-hmm. They don't really need the tag titles in there. The only way I could see is if Red Dragon would win tonight, but I don't think that's going to happen.
No, I think that they're going to be fighting each other, Red Dragon and Young Bucks, because they were saying like at the beginning they kind of like shook hands, saying like we're part of the same team, but we're going to fight each other, and may the best tag team win or whatever. But they're going to end up starting a feud with each other, splitting in half. Adam Cole and Red Dragon, Young Bucks, and maybe Kenny Omega will come back.
It could happen.
Soon.
And AEW likes to have these long reigns, and so it makes sense to keep the titles on Jurassic Express, is what we call them.
Rose didn't have that long of a reign.
You're right.
But
You're
they
right.
still had
Yeah, anything could happen, but I think we all agree that the champs retain. Moving on to Jon Moxley taking on Bryan Danielson, and they talked a lot about these guys teaming up and all that stuff that's not going to happen. We could, but I don't think so. Who wins this match?
Moxley. I'm going to say Moxley wins.
What do you think, Brady?
This match, Moxley.
I agree. I think Moxley wins here. Anything, like we said, we always say anything can happen, anything could happen. But I think Moxley wins here. I think it makes sense, which is going to make Danielson ticked off. I think this feud is long from over. I think it's going to continue in some ways. Maybe I'm wrong, but I think Moxley wins here.
I think something else, because this match was speculated, and it was pretty much guaranteed to happen for Full Gear.
It's true.
The World Title Eliminator Tournament, Bryan Danielson made it to the finals. Then Jon Moxley announced that he was going to be stepping out of wrestling for a while.
Yeah.
And so then Miro came in, kind of like took his spot, beat Orange Cassidy, and then ended up being Miro versus Bryan Danielson at Full Gear, which it would have been Moxley versus Danielson. That was what the rumor was.
Yeah.
And it was probably going to be that.
Yeah,
and
so you're right.
Where
is Miro?
I don't know. He's been gone.
I haven't heard he's hurt.
Pretty sure he might be injured.
He might be.
Because he after he lost the TNT title, he was barely in any matches, and then
he wasn't in any matches.
Yeah,
He was only
he was in the World Eliminator Tournament. Then he lost the finals. Then they keep having these promos come out of him, just
in a white room,
in some room, and all the walls are white or something. Or it was just, I don't know. It was just saying he's gonna come back and fight.
Yeah.
He hasn't been back. So could he come back tonight somewhere?
He could.
For Full Gear, I would have said Danielson would have won to move on because Moxley wasn't going to win the Eliminator Tournament. He'd already had a title reign. Danielson was just coming in.
Yeah.
He already fought Omega. I would have said Danielson back in November if this match would have happened. But now that it's happening now, after Moxley's been gone, now he's came back, I'm going to say Moxley wins tonight.
I'll also note, if you can hear in the background little Lincoln splashing and screaming and noise, he's literally in a bathroom taking a bath with my wife's giving him a bath, and he is yelling and splashing and stuff. So that's what's going on in the background. There you can just hear it. But anyway, no, he wanted to be in the video, and we might still get a cameo. But I want to be in the video, but it's that time. So we got another match, probably one of my least matches I'm looking forward to, and that's Jericho taking on Eddie Kingston. Chris Jericho, Eddie Kingston. I'll start with this one, and I'm going to say Kingston winning this match. Even though I look at Jericho as bigger of a star, which he absolutely is, I haven't really been following this kind of feud, but I'm going to go with Eddie Kingston on this one.
I was going to agree with you. Jericho, yeah, he's probably a bigger star, but they are they're pushing Eddie Kingston a little more.
Yeah.
And not the most exciting out of the card, but it could be worse. I guess.
Kingston's not my favorite. He's not he's not the Young Bucks, or he's not as fun to watch. He's fine. He's better than Baron Corbin. We're not going to start on Baron Corbin. But I'm going to go Eddie Kingston. What about you?
I'll agree with you.
Eddie Kingston.
Have so far today, have we picked all the same? This is crazy. We're going to move on to another match, which would be fun to watch. We're not getting the pay-per-view tonight. We are not. We thought about doing like the movie theater thing with they promoted the last few. That'd be cool. There's not a theater in our town showing it, and it's $25 per person. That's $75. We get on pay-per-view before we do that. But
we could buy it on DVD and then
it'll be out in a few
for the
months.
rest of our life.
We do, yeah. We've got a couple DVDs.
And I'm not ruling out. We went to an AEW Dynamite show a few weeks ago, and it was in town. I'm not ruling out that again. I'm not even ruling out getting a pay-per-view, but we're not doing it tonight. Moving on to the Face of Revolution, the ladder match, kind of like the Money in the Bank for AEW.
But really, more of the wrestlers are like some newer, like up-and-coming wrestlers that are, just starting to get pushed a little higher, newer people.
Yeah, usually with a Revolution, you got something new, and so that's kind of what this is. And, of course, they're not getting a world title shot. It's a TNT title shot, and I don't believe it's just like a Money in the Bank type thing where you can just cash in anytime. You gotta schedule this. So that kind of changes stuff for me as far as the TNT. I was originally thinking it was a world title match. I'm going to list the competitors. Keith Lee, Orange Cassidy, Powerhouse Hobbs, Ricky Starks, Wardlow, and Christian Cage, who just qualified the other night. Who wins this, Brady? I'll let you go first on this. Wardlow. Who is the last person who's going to win this? Like, he's got the least chance to win this.
Ricky Starks.
Ricky Starks. Okay.
I say Powerhouse Hobbs has the least chance.
Least, who's going to win it?
Who's going to win? I'm going to agree with Wardlow. This kind of, when it comes to since it's all newer people, it kind of makes sense that it's for the TNT title because some of these people aren't to the level yet of the world title. Like Keith Lee probably would be, but he's still newer in AEW.
Yeah.
But, I don't know. I'm going to say Wardlow, though, winning this matchup. I'd say Ricky Starks and Hobbs, I don't think it'll be them. I don't think it'll be Cage, though it could be a chance, but I don't see him winning a match called Face of the Revolution, since those are newer people.
Yeah.
Even though he is in it, even though he has been wrestling for a while, but I would say Wardlow. Yeah. Well, I mean, not as long as Christian.
Sometimes I look at this and I think, sometimes I overthink it, because I think, who has the brightest future of all these? Well, it's Wardlow. There's no question about it.
Keith Lee?
Well, Keith Lee too, but I just think Wardlow, he's a homegrown guy, and you can tell him they're starting to push. He got in a little altercation with Shawn Spears. The MJF feud is gonna happen.
Mm-hmm. Probably doubling up.
I guess I'll go Wardlow. I would like to see Keith Lee win it because maybe he's not world title. Maybe he's not ready for the world title yet. I know Wardlow, he's not going to get the world title, and this is for the TNT title. The only thing I would say is Wardlow doesn't need this belt to become a TNT champion. I don't know, but I don't see Wardlow losing this match. My dark horse, the person who I think it can be Wardlow, I think it can be Keith Lee, and I think it can be Ricky Starks. I don't think it will be. Cage doesn't need it. Orange Cassidy doesn't really need it. And Powerhouse Hobbs is my least favorite of the whole bunch. So, we'll see. Moving on to the Women's Championship. We don't always pick the girls' matches, but I'll tell you what, the best female in all of wrestling. You got a lot of great female athletes. You got Charlotte Flair, you got Rousey, and you've got Becky Lynch. WWE has a lot of good female wrestlers. Let's give them credit for that. Absolutely. But my favorite is Dr. Britt Baker. She's the best on the mic. She's a good wrestler probably in the ring. She's just the best on the mic. Her character's great. She's Adam Cole's girlfriend. Adam Cole is our favorite and my favorite.
Mm-hmm. My favorite too.
Does Baker lose the belt? Ethan.
This is a tough one. Because I was thinking maybe she'll drop the belt tonight. She's had a long established reign. She won the belt last year at Double or Nothing, I'm pretty sure.
Wow.
So it's almost been a year reign. Could it end tonight? I haven't really thought much about this. I've thought, well, maybe it could happen. This is
make a pick.
It's probably the hardest one on the card tonight. I'm gonna say Thunder Rosa wins.
All right. What about you?
I'm gonna say Britt Baker wins just to be on the safe side.
All right. Whenever I think of Thunder Rosa, and she's a good athlete, I think of Ponderosa, the restaurant I used to eat when I was a kid. I don't know why. I just have Rosa. And stupid. Side note. I'm going to go. Oh, this is tough because everything I've read says Thunder Rosa is going to win this match. She's the favorite to win this match. But I'm going to go Britt Baker. I don't know. I'm going to go Britt Baker. I just think she's going to keep the title. At least she'll keep it for a year. That's my prediction. But who's coming up next? They've got established. The girls wrestling is farther down the line. Is not as established at AEW as it is in WWE. So they need some new stars. So I can see her losing to give some new feuds, but we'll see. And then we move on to the dog collar match. CM Punk, MJF. I'm sure it's going to be bloody. It's been bloody throughout their feud. I will go first because I think it's my turn. I'm going to go. I don't see CM Punk losing tonight. They had the match in Chicago, which I thought Punk would win. But MJF won. So it's like, okay, well, he won that one. Punk has to win one now. They got very bloody the other night. It's going to be bloody tonight, and I think CM Punk wins this match.
I agree.
You agree?
I agree.
What about Brady? You seem tired today, B-Dog.
Uh-huh.
You got a headache?
No.
All right, tell us who's your prediction for the dog collar match tonight.
CM Punk.
CM Punk. We have all, except the girls match, we've all picked the same pick. And then we move on to the main event tonight. We're going to do the main event, and then we're going to make our predictions of possibly somebody showing up. Tonight, the singles championship, the singles match for the AEW World Title. Hangman Adam Page taking on Adam Cole Bebe. Ethan, you go first.
It would be great if Adam Cole won this match. It'd be great if he got another title reign. But I'm going to say that won't happen. I'm going to say Hangman Adam Page wins. Why? Well, Adam Cole, he hasn't been there for as long.
It's true.
He just debuted it all out. It's been a while, but not super long. They're not going to put a belt on him. They really don't need to put a belt on him now. Maybe they will down the road. But Hangman Adam Page, he's only had it since their last pay-per-view in November.
Yeah.
And he just won it then. He's going to hang on to it for a little longer. I don't know how long. Maybe not as long as Omega for a whole year, or almost a whole year. I don't know. But I'm going to say Hangman retains the belt. Maybe he'll drop it at nothing.
What do you think,
but
Brady?
I'm going to say Hangman retains.
Hangman retains.
Hangman retains. So you got Hangman, and Hangman. I really wish Adam Cole would win. Adam Cole's my favorite.
Mine too.
And I love him from NXT, and I love him. He's just great. To me, he is this generation Shawn Michaels. Maybe he's not as good. I know he's not as good. But Shawn Michaels was my favorite. Adam Cole's my favorite. I would love to see it as well. I don't think it's going to happen. And it's something about when they bring in somebody from WWE, they don't just throw the title on them pretty quick, which is a smart move because it makes them look like, oh, we finally got a good guy, and we're going to give him the belt. Which is what Impact or TNA always did. It's like, oh, bring in Angle, put the title on. Bring in so-and-so, put the title on. Bring in, So I don't think Cole wins here. I hope to see him win the title soon or someday, but I don't think it's tonight. Hangman wins. I agree. Now, before we finish up, we will mention that there's a lot of speculations of people who could be debuting tonight or very, very soon. Who do you think, just give us maybe one or two people who you think could be happening, Brady, debuting tonight or very, very soon in AEW?
Jeff Hardy.
Jeff? Okay.
Where's he at?
Jeff Hardy's right here. He says Jeff Hardy.
Johnny Gargano.
Gargano. What about you, Ethan? Anybody you think could be happening?
Well, you were talking about Isaiah Swerve Scott. I feel like I could see that happen tonight.
So you've got Hardy. Everything I've read says Hardy is not available until Wednesday. So I think that'll happen on Wednesday. I've heard Swerve Scott is going to be there tonight. I know his name's not going to be Isaiah Swerve Scott. I'm not sure. I think he's going to use the name Swerve. I don't know exactly what he's been using outside of WWE. I've heard he could be there tonight. I don't know how he'll be brought in. What about this guy? This is a guy that Cody Rhodes, who we've talked a lot about. We said he'd never leave. Then he left, and then we're saying, oh, he's definitely going to WWE. Then I read that says that all the contract negotiations between him and Vince are done. Then I said, no, he's very close to signing. Now I've heard he's not going back. I've heard he's going to Ring of Honor. Is there any chance Cody shows up tonight?
Oh, no. Look it.
All right, so is there any chance Cody Rhodes shows up tonight?
That could happen. I don't know. Is he going to go to WWE? I feel like I could kind of see it, but is there a better chance of him coming back to AEW?
Hopefully.
I don't know. It's almost hard to believe that he would even think about going back to WWE.
The
What are they
place
going to
that
do with him?
destroyed him. But it could be another
could.
NWO setup.
It could be fun. The other superstar we'll mention is any chance Shane McMahon shows up? We've heard a lot of stuff about possibly McMahon coming in. I just cannot see that happening. No, I don't. We'll see. Tonight's AEW Revolution. Enjoy it if you watch it. And thanks for watching this broadcast.
All right. Don't cross the streams.
Live stream.
You guys say boo.
Hold on. Ready?